Hello, gladiators, and welcome back to another episode of the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Today's first choice really lives up to that. I talked it over with Wander. He's been keeping up with the series and helped me to talk about what I think my Sir Brante is all about, and my Sir Brante's most important goal, more than family unity or anything like that, is to help the commoners and the common lot and protect nobles from other nobles. And two of these options get in the way of that. The second option we have here, to protect Thomas ourselves, costs us one of our final lives. Something that we've been trying to hold on to for a long time now, and with a little bit of foresight into the future, we know that a war is coming. A rebellion is going to happen soon. And we might need it then to protect family. And this one puts our career down the drain. It sends us well into being at risk and would ruin any chance we have to help change the world. So it's with a heavy heart that hopefully we'll get a chance to explain this in person to him. If it was anything I could do, I would go to him and beg his forgiveness. And tell him that I wish I hadn't made my grandfather mad all those years ago, so that I could have saved him here, and I wouldn't have looked back. But that final life, that final rebirth, is something we need to hold on to. And it is with a heavy heart that we must say goodbye to our friend Thomas, and explain that we will make sure this never happens again, and that Dorius Auden will face justice. Goodbye, old friend. May the twin gods see you clearly into the hereafter. You lower the note into the flame of a candle. It is reduced to ash in a matter of moments. You will not try to save Thomas Garrow. His fate is in his own hand. It's time for you to go to work. You manage to finish all your work before lunch. You decide to take the rest of the day off and reward yourself with a stroll through the city. First, you come to the square in the Silver District. Sitting on the edge of the old fountain, you watch the noble carriages pass by. The canopy of the silver tree casts a soothing shadow over you. The sun is well past noon now. You continue your walk. A noisy group of students burst out of Sir Tiber's school. The young men have just finished their studies for the day. You were a student there yourself not long ago. You decide to watch the sun set by the city wall. You have an excellent view of the desert. Painted by the flaming hues of the setting sun, you gaze at the remnants of a wooden fort from your childhood. But it's getting very late. Time to head home. The next morning, a dead body with numerous knife wounds is found near the city gate. A Legion captain by the name of Thomas Garrow has met his true death. Goodbye. I was not an easy choice to make. This game is sadistic. Oh, if they change up the music on me into something happy, I'm gonna lose it. Man, they're really letting me mull over on this one. Ah, it's because Sir Brante is not responding. There it is. You spend day after day at work, toiling over Otten's case, but something far more urgent demands the prefecture's attention today. The city is in chaos. There was an explosion in the square in front of the city hall. Someone threw a bomb at Magistrate Remiel Vermin's carriage. The assassination attempt failed. The magistrate was not inside the carriage at the time. He was unharmed, although his servants and driver did not fare so well. Even in your office, you can still smell the acrid smoke from the blast. The gendarmes reacted quickly. 5 suspects, craftsmen, and factory workers were brought to the prefecture before sunset. They are accused of joining the Last Straw, a secret society of insurgents seeking to overthrow imperial rule. This society is on its way to becoming the talk of the city. Rumor has it their leader is an enigmatic woman, a tough criminal by the name of Sophia. The 5 suspects deny their involvement, but a number of eyewitnesses saw them walking toward the square, and some of them still have traces of gunpowder on their fingers. Judge Carlo Foggraben has taken the case. The trial will be mercilessly swift. The 5 are to be hanged tomorrow morning. The sun begins to set. You are about to leave for home when you hear heavy footsteps in the hallway. A stranger enters your office. He is pale, with chiseled features, a furrowed brow, a thick black mustache, and dark eyes watching you intently from deep within their sockets. He presents you with a gilded pendant in the shape of a wheel. Baron Philippe El Ferro, Secret Chancellery Advisor. I imagine you're well aware that we deal with plots, schemes, and revolts against the Empire. I have a matter of great importance to the Empire to discuss with you, Sir Brante. I am aware that the case of the explosion in the square was not assigned to you, but for our purposes, this is actually for the best. The Secret Chancellery has been following this so-called Last Straw group for a long time now. They are the greatest threat to peace in Anazont. But you can help us rid the city of this menace. Baron Alfaro produces a neatly folded sheet of paper. This is a list of known insurgents connected to the Last Straw. They haven't blown anyone up just yet, but surely you realize that it would be most imprudent to wait for them to commit their next crime. The time to act is now. You scan the list quickly. Some of the names on it seem somewhat familiar, perhaps from your youth. Find a way, any way, to implicate them in today's assassination attempt, and you will prevent more explosions in the future. The Empire will rest easy if we can rid ourselves of this scum as quickly as possible. If you render this service to the Secret Chancellery, you may rely on my assistance in the future. As you may suspect, I have more than my fair share of powerful connections. Silence falls. The Secret Chancellery advisor pierces you with his heavy gaze. Oh no, these are glorious friends. I mean, this just seems like the right answer. We will conduct an investigation first. We will not doom these people without having a proper investigation into the connections you speak of. You rise from your chair, ready to answer the advisor. You cannot fulfill his order until you have legal grounds for arresting and executing these people. You serve the law, and you will never break it, no matter what you might stand to gain. You will not falsify a case, and you will not hang people on unproven charges. You are willing to investigate the people from the advisor's list thoroughly and punish the guilty, but only if you find proof that they are involved in the insurgency. Baron Alfaro winces in displeasure at these words. Brante, can't you see we're not dealing with ordinary outlaws here? We're fighting an insurgency that has declared war on the Empire. There's no time for the usual formalities. You have to understand that. Thanks to your indecisiveness, those insurgents will roam free and fashion new bombs for more attacks. But you insist. You will not send anyone to the gallows without evidence. Either you do things your way, or the aristocracy will soon be talking about abuse of power at the hands of the Secret Chancellery. You will see to that. For a while, Philippe considers your words. Very well, Brante. Have it your way. Begin your investigation, but if another bomb goes off in Anazot in the meantime, it will be on your head. And then a promising servant of the Empire will stand trial along with the insurgents as their accomplice. I have a handful of good friends as well, Sir Judge. Philippe leaves without saying goodbye. And so you begin a lengthy investigation. This was your idea, which means you have to pay the gendarmes and informants out of your own pocket. The gendarmes in your employ tail every man and woman from the list for the next fortnight. For a long while, none of your suspects does anything suspicious. Over the course of these 2 weeks, you come to bitterly regret getting involved in this business, but Philippe left you no choice. You will either find the truth, or get tried along with the insurgents. Baron Alfaro did not look like a man who makes empty threats. Disappointed with this fruitless surveillance, you are about to call it off, when one of the commoners suddenly signals to the others to meet. Your raid catches them by surprise in an abandoned city on the edge of the city. Much to your chagrin, the secret chancellery was right. You arrest them just as they are plotting another attack. A map of the city hall on the table. A stockpile of weapons and bombs are found in the house. The litigation is quick. You have all the evidence you need against the insurgents. Every one of them is sentenced to death by hanging. Another last straw cell is no more. Their bodies now dangle in the wind by the still rotting rebels who tried to kill the magistrate. Man, we are justice incarnate. A year has passed since the day Gloria asked for your protection. You have brought up her lowly position several times in conversations with Father, but every time his face darkens and he asks you to stop. You can feel Stefan's influence behind these refusals. Your only option is to wait for something to change. Meanwhile, emotions are running high in the family. Gloria disappears for days at a time. She is often seen in the company of young citizens of low estate. Father constantly lectures Gloria, telling her that her friends are libertines and troublemakers, and connections like these will be her downfall. Your sister obediently lends an ear to his speeches, then vanishes again. You are relaxing in the bath after a long day, when you suddenly hear rapid footsteps in the hallway and Stefan's angry voice. The door to the bathroom bursts open. Roman, get dressed. We're waiting for you in the sitting room. It's urgent. Perplexed, you get out of the tub and make yourself presentable. Father and Stefan are waiting for you in the sitting room. Gloria is huddled in a chair in the corner. Your elder brother swiftly locks the door behind you. This bodes ill. So I was on my way to a ball at the El Laberius mansion. I was already on their doorstep when a servant told me that he had been ordered to turn me away. They will not have anything to do with a family whose offspring is a member of secret society. Father, Roman, whom do you suppose they meant? Gloria looks at Stefan defiantly, her lips pursed tightly. This is the last straw. You will make pariahs of us all, Gloria. I will not allow you to ruin everything Sir Gregor worked for. Stefan is nearly screaming, but then he pulls himself together and continues in a more composed manner. I'm afraid Lady Gloria cannot remain in this house, but being honorable people, we must provide for her future. Sir Jose El Pelletier is willing to take her as his lawful wife, Gloria. You will be accepted into a household of nobles of the sword. I've been negotiating with your suitor for quite some time. Who gave you the right to decide my fate behind my back? You aren't even the head of this family. Gloria, you must abide by the decisions of your elders. This family has done so much for you already. Now, I'm even going to provide you with a good match, but you're acting like a spoiled child. You will be a nobleman's wife, you fool. You'll be able to write your poems. You'll want for nothing. You'll be able to enjoy your life. Sir El Pelletier has been hounding me for a year now. I can't believe he's in love with me, a lowly common girl. Sure, he's easy on the eyes. He's a skilled warrior and a respected nobleman, but he needs a wife to give birth to his heirs, follow him around obediently at social gatherings, and praise his chivalry. Can't you see that I don't belong in his family? Stuff and nonsense. Father, here's a letter to the El Pelletiers. Sign it as the head of the family. We should invite our future relatives to our house and introduce ourselves. to Gloria's future husband and his parents. I hope that Roman will do his part as well. Next. Father reluctantly skims the letter and frowns. Stefan, why have you never spoken to me about a matter of such importance? No match can be made without my consent. Have I announced my wish for Gloria to be married? Father, she leaves us no choice. You know that we cannot make Gloria a Brante, but our family reputation still suffers because of her rebellious ways. Don't you see that this marriage will benefit everyone? Gloria springs to her feet, choking with rage. You'd do anything to prevent me from joining this family. This marriage will bring nothing but sorrow to me and Sir Pelletier. All you ever think about is your own interests. Ingrate, I'm looking out for you, and this is how you repay me? Or would you prefer to be cast out for your disgraceful antics? Father, please sign the letter and free us from this debacle once and for all. Gloria rushes toward you in desperation and clasps your hand. Brother, please, you promise you never let them kick me out. Oh, what? What is going on? Oh, she'd hate me. What happens if I duel Stefan? Okay, it doesn't look like I die. It looks like he dies. Oh, no. Why are there so many tough choices? Why are there so many tough choices? There are so many. So very many. Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna kill my older brother for my older sister. Oh, all of these are so difficult to choose. I don't want to kill my brother. That one's not on the table. I'm getting bad blood with Stefan no matter what, and I'm losing 2 to 3 points with him already. So there's really nothing to be done here. It saves a little bit of family unity and our reputation with Robert. We're gonna take Stefan aside for a moment and discuss things with him. You approach Stefan with a sly grin. It's time to share some old secrets. Long ago, you saw Stefan at the estate of Duke El Velasco and learned about your brother's forbidden tryst. He has been in love with the Duke's daughter Maria ever since he was a youth, but the old Duke would never have given his daughter to the son of a humble judge, would he? Stefan's face is distorted by pain and rage. You've struck a nerve. You keep the onslaught. Stefan and the Duke's daughter have been lovers ever since, in spite of her marriage of many years. It seems your brother wasn't strong enough to end this forbidden affair. Is this how he strives to improve the family's reputation? You conniving little sneak, you've been shadowing me ever since you were a boy. So you finally decided to play your hand, have you? You reply calmly to his outburst. Either Stefan stands down, or high society will learn of his affair with the Duke's daughter. He cannot dictate Gloria's fate as though she were his property. And Gloria must become a Brante and a full member of the family. This is the only way to make sure this never happens again. Roman, you backstabbing wretch, you know I'll do whatever it takes to save my beloved's reputation. You shrug. If Stefan truly treasured Marie's reputation so much, he would have ended their affair long ago. Stefan lets out a bitter sigh. I never knew what a pitiless scoundrel you are. Fine. You win. But if you so much as mention Maria again, I'll kill you on the spot. And from this day forth, you are no brother of mine. The door slams loudly. Stefan rushes down the steps, saddles his horse, and is gone. Father and Gloria are still in shock. Roman, what have you done? Stefan will never forgive you for this, and he might never come home again. You offer Father an explanation. Stefan was trying to seize control of this family. He wanted to decide its fate as he saw fit. He thought himself a second Gregor Brante, but the Brantes have had their fill of tyrants. You take the letter of marriage and tear it to shreds. Gloria lets out a quiet shriek. You continue with the same passion. Father made his choice long ago. It was Grandfather who tried to oust Mother and Gloria from this home for the crime of their low birth. Father has the right to choose his own family. Father sighs deeply, pulling himself together. You're right, Roman. I have to admit it. My fear of your grandfather was too strong. But those days are over. Gloria is Lydia's daughter, the daughter of my wife, and she is my daughter as well. Gloria is shaking now. She can't believe her ears. Dishonor does not frighten me. Gossip does not frighten me. Come to me, my daughter. Gloria Brante. Gloria falls on her adoptive father's shoulders, racked by silent tears. Father. You join their embrace. Gloria squeezes your hand with hers, your sister's eyes glimmering with joy and gratitude. The family is uneasy after Stefan's disappearance. Furious at your extortion, your elder brother does not return home for a long time. And I think that's where we're going to end today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. This was actually kind of a rough episode to get through. I was kind of dreading it, but thank you all so much for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube call to action. And have a good night.